Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here of a much critical time of this part of the series. Massalia is under threat by both Rome and Carthage, particularly Carthage, because Rome did not declare war on us, but rather against our ally, Syracuse, which is going to be fully occupied at this point. I mean, no doubt that the war enthusiasm will go down, and soon Rome will be able to occupy Syracuse, but I could not be there for them. And I want to, back out of this war, but I just have to wait until next year. But the real war is against Carthage. They declared war on us, and their goal, take Corsica. They've always wanted Corsica. And yet we feared this day would come. I mean, we have our allies, both from nearby and from afar, such as Mauritania and Alessia, which is the native Sardinians, which they have not been fully occupied by the Punics, which it looks like they're going to be going after them soon. We've assigned a new army, a third stratus, which is now the biggest one, which is led by this new Corsican general. He's from the Honor Guard, a young man, in the name of Syracuse. Yes, he's of the Honor Guard. So, that's who he is. He's an old friend of mine. And these are my old friends. And my rival in prison. And I call myself Conqueror, just like my father, Artemidorus. Because I held a triumph for myself as of recently. But I'm 70 years old, and it's only a matter of time before I go home to the gods to be with my father. As I said, I'm getting old, and I retired from the front lines. That's why I held a triumph for myself. Didn't get a nickname, though. And why on earth would I be a dictator if we just have lifetime elections? And I'll still be somewhat popular, unless I want to spend money to hold games. As I've acquired 2 more holdings, or is it 3 more holdings, from the last war. I mean, I didn't grant them. If I did, that would be corruption, and that would betray, what am I supposed to be in order to get democratic support. And now it's the traditionalist holds more seats, because, well, they have a much prominent platform. He may be very healthy, but it's only a matter of time before disease will get to him, just like disease will get to I, just like my father. Again, I had my last war over there. But now, those Greek soldiers that were about to go home, well, they're going to have to stay in Iberia a bit longer. This will be a 2-front war. The Corsican will retake the areas that the Carthaginians have occupied. They will go into Sardinia and try to take Sardinia for ourselves. And this province as well. Basically, 3 provinces to take. This is a very hilly country. And the army's on the march. Navy has just dropped these guys off, but now they need to get there as fast as they can, head to the straits to block the path so they cannot send reinforcements this way. So, but thanks to our Mauritanian allies, this should slow them down, because they just have their forts there. So, we have a lot of things to focus on, so let's begin. But I wouldn't worry about the Woodigat there. Those are just supply trains. What the heck? Alright, this first fort has fallen. These areas will fall under the zone of influence. Keep advancing. This is a good supply here. This is where we shall hold them until the fleet comes. All we gotta do is hold this area before we are overrun. Until the ships arrive. I know our monetary balance will be going down. They got a long way there. Yes, the Carthaginians are there. The mountains is a heavily fortified place. Who's paying them? Did they hire those ships? Or did they just came out of nowhere? But the morale's low enough, so just keep going. Small delay. Well, I will keep them busy. Status quo, come on. Get those siege engineers out. The Corsican will take this area. While our ships are almost there. They're almost to the strait, so we can block the enemy movements in Iberia. Alright, advance to Sardinia. This is good manpower capacity we have now, but all that was used to create the third stratus, including war elephants, which thankfully Mauritania's got a few of. Okay, now we got the idea of who they are over there. And it's the one with the most elephants, and a cavalry of mixtures. Just hold them off, that's all we gotta ask you. Ships are arriving. Hopefully this should block the movement. While our ally will continue to cause some trouble. What's their heritage? Forest? The heck? Any of these damaged ships? Yeah. To here. Or we have it under our control. Fix it. These ships repaired, and in a few months' time, we'll be back in the fleet. 2 sieges. Welcome aboard. Syria's fallen. Now go take this one area. We'll stay here. we take the money, but I don't want to be corrupt. Corruption's not my thing. All we need to do is just take all the provinces we can while we keep away from the primary goal, and that's Corsica. This fort's fallen. Two more months and we should be back with the fleet. I have a crew capacity is not good. Say let's return to friendly lines. Or we'll keep away from crossing the strait. That's overwhelming numbers. We can never take them on directly. I would say it's similar for the Roman situation. But they have not entered our land yet. But I'm sure Syracuse is going to surrender soon. Just because they don't have a navy doesn't mean that they have a very strong army, which they do. Alright, the food is good here now. So money will be going down slowly. Sure, we sacrifice our ally, but we're gonna get Corsica and more. Retake this fort. Just this once. Plus, I would rather free you than see as a rival. Because I would rather get you out of here. I don't know if you can appoint female Iberian characters that do not live in an independent Iberian country. Make it as such. Whatever you occupy, help us out, alright? This will all be Massalia control. Thank you. Unite with the rest of the fleet. Now the Carthaginians cannot cross into Iberia, while we will try to get Sardinia now. And watch out for these pirates. God, more! Taking advantage of our manpower! It's maddening, I tell you. But at least this is something that our Gallic allies can fight. Do we have hemp? Yes. No, we don't have salt around here, which would have been good for army maintenance. What will we do with this? Or to our tech investment. Oh yeah, this one's a strong one, but hope to... Just wondering. We know that's a disloyal general of theirs. who's got a... I got a power base. Power base. There it is. Disloyal, disloyal, disloyal. That's the ruler. Disloyal. We could make them disloyal as well, even though that makes very little difference to the power base. Or our Gallic allies is going to have to fight against them. If you can get moving. Alright, we never gave them access, so we'll give them that. Just help us out here. Well, meanwhile, these blasted pirates. Always giving us hard time. As long as we keep the strait closed, we're good. We're gonna have to deal with the northern front a little later. We got some more trouble. They probably hired some mercenaries. I don't know how they got there, but they did. It's fully occupied. But if they do a separate peace, we're screwed. That means we would lose our elephants. Surprised you went all the way up there. But you were outnumbered. Damn it! They got it too! They got their fort down. We do have to go all the way on the other side for it. Do they have boats or what? Where did they get it from? Who gave them access? We know they're against us, but... Are they mercenaries? They don't say they're mercenaries. We ought to go deal with them soon. No, no, no. What the hell are you doing? Hey, what's the big idea? Fighting quietly. Oh, no. This man's gone rogue. His deceitfulness and skeptical is getting us into trouble. He's going gung-ho in this situation, one would think. You're gonna get us killed. Well, meanwhile, there's a big barbarian invasion. Well, not quite barbarians, they're a democratic republic, but they're taking advantage of our weakened manpower. We need to secure the Sardinian front. Man's gone insane. Pedophiles has gone rogue. And you know that's gonna cause a civil war. One more month, these ships are repaired. would think we should just take northern Sardinia and go. Occupying a few more provinces is good, it adds up the war score, but what he's doing is unacceptable. I know he's plotting quietly, and he'll be back on our side in no time. But as I said, madmen. Let's kill him. Get him, Corsican. Forgot to change tactics, but it's a good thing we didn't. The shock action's basically. Attack him en masse will do. I mean, we got a few more fortresses. Again, they want to take Albania. But let's just hope a civil war would break out and slow them down while we'll come back, send the Corsican back up. And the rest of our troops as well. Do not forget about them. Look at this maniac. What is he doing? Is he brave or is he stupid? Or both? He's not gonna fight them. His course is to go to Sardinia. You are to the fleet will stay. Anyways. As I said before, just give me Sardinia and I'll be content. Yeah. Look at this madman. I know he's plotting quietly, but I'm calling him a madman. Him being skeptical and deceitful is not good. And he is brave, alright. Doesn't he know what he's up against? There's camels, there's cavalry, there's elephants. And he's got cavalry of his own. Heavy infantry, many archers, and some light infantry to go along with him. We know he's ambitious. But if he survives this, I ought to give him a triumph. Whenever he's out of retirement age. He's fighting on plains, so that favors him. Same tactics, we have better discipline. He's going up against the elephants, which he's beaten them. Got a few of their own, because the ally has come along with us. Enemy reinforcements on the way. Crazy person! When you're finished your plotting, come back! So yes, Mauritania did bring a few elephants here. Well, we're supported. Everything's fine. Again, their cohort size are not increasing. Don't worry about that. I fear those are the guys that I'm worried the most. It's just going to be war everywhere. And the Romans have finished off what's left of... Okay, they split it up then. Strange. Well, the Romans are now fighting against Imperator, which means they'll no doubt conquer them, and once they get them, they'll be bordered with us. That's what we fear the most. Well, meanwhile, this crazy general, Aerophiles, this crazy and brave general, is ready to fight another battle. Oh, not good. More reinforcements on the way. The cavalry is coming to save the day, the heavy cavalry. Don't you know that heavy cavalry can actually... Well, they don't do much damage against elephants, but the elephants can't do very good damage against heavy cavalry. More enemy reinforcements. Captured one of their generals. They're withdrawing. Okay, now they're trying to get away so he can recover. Quit killing our manpower! Do you know when it's finished? I don't know. Old friend. Oh. Get out of there. Just recover your manpower and your morale. As soon as you finish plotting, get back to friendly lines. Got food now. Sure, they're just going to retake the areas. They can't cross the straits since we control them. But don't forget, we got to deal with these Carnutian tribe, which is now a democratic republic. I hope these guys know that we want this territory. Both parts of Sardinia should go to us. Gergovia fort is about to fall. And soon they're going to be rampaging the countryside. While we have these two forts to ready to block them before they go and we need to finish the Carthaginian war first, and we'll put full focus against them. But I fear the next war going to be declared is going to be from them. But this time, that's the real enemy. They knew we have the aggressive expansion. They do not like us one bit. They do have a casus belli against us. Where are you going? Are you done? No. He's not done yet. Again, I don't think he intends to start a civil war. I think he's just... it's like we know whatever he's plotting, and then he decides to go rogue without approval from Memnon of where he wants to position his army. Their armies. But at least it gets us to make us some coin. See, they can't go here. Don't make us rescue you. If you get yourself into trouble. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, he's doing it. Rescue him. We're going in. Come on. Ariston, go rescue him. Rescue that madman. They call him the Iberian for nothing. That's gonna be your last battle. Under your own road command. I mean, once we rescue them, because once we rescue them, then get back to Iberia before the rest of the Carthaginians come in with revenge in mind. Yeah. Ooh, they're still holding on. Well, look how many of them, how many we're going to be dealing with soon. And their tribal allies. Because he's got a lot of friends and connections. But let's just hope this civil war breaks out. 6 war hosts. Is that them? Yes. They're going to become rebels, and they're going to quit this war. Let's hope he stays that way. I'm going to inspire disloyalty for you even more. Although this is going to up our aggressive expansion. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. He hasn't been, well, he's been bribed, but it failed. He's Democrat. Who's their ruler? Oligarch. Not so democratic now, eh? Meanwhile, yeah, we're going to be quite a way there. Your mission, rescue Herophilus from his crazy bravery. His bravery is going to get himself killed. We'll be there in no time. Don't you notice those crazy elephant monsters up there? Ariston coming to rescue. They got the better discipline. Promotion to valor. You know, the martial 11, martial 12, slightly higher discipline than ours. They want to develop, trying to hold on, Bob. Gargovia is falling. Last one. Now taking care of the supply trains. No, don't do that. Be aware. We had to come rescue you because you're a crazy person. Oh, okay, he's finished plotting. He's back on our side again. Right, let's get you out of here before, you know, they come back. Come on. Head back to friendly lines. Man, this is dramatic. Of what just occurred up there. Gergovia has fallen, and now they're going to be madly advancing down there. You're killing the manpower reserves, Herophilus. Governors, takes a decision. Look, I don't want to spend any more aggressive expansion because we kind of need them for negotiations. As our aggressive expansion is going to be high enough already. Okay, stay as you are. You're going back up there. Now, whatever you were plotting, I'll tell you what you were plotting. You deceitful man. You are a... Well, you may be brave, you're steadfast, you are a crewman, but you being deceitful, that's what made you this way. So, as a friend, I would just say, you madman! But you survived. But you've cost a lot of men a lot of lives for your reckless actions. So, I would love to hold a triumph for you, but no. We already did for him before, but maybe next year. I don't know if we'll have the manpower to deal with these guys up there. A little more money will do. We have occupied most of Sardinia. So come on, let's get down here. We got a few more places to take, and then we can begin negotiations. And as for expanding areas, I do not want to expand up there. We're going to drive them out of there, retake Gergovia, and then once they're driven out, then and then we'll try to rest, but I fear there may be more war to come. As I said, now they're on a rampage. But a civil war may save us. Let's kill them. We can afford a battle. This should be an easy victory. Oh no, they got it all figured out. Our archers will take care of the heavy infantry. Terrible. We're never gonna fight another major war again after all this. And there's another thing I haven't looked at, but I'll let it know. Just let it go. Need to keep the Corsican loyal now that he's acquired himself some light infantry. Come on, switch control. Give us Sardinia. Yep, they're on their way down. Eight months. And then salvation for the nation. We should stack wipe from here. Oh! Remember what they were doing. They were doing bottleneck. Counter skirmishing. We got him, man. Two more places. And then we'll begin negotiations and get the hell out of there. That's not the Memnon. That's a different Memnon. Hold on. Memnon, son of Demetrius. Demetrius, son of... Ah, yes, that one. Oligarch faction. It seems that Memnon is a popular name for the Xenophids. Oh, I am a great man, a great politician, which I may soon one day die, and they really want this man to be, running the country next, but unfortunately that would be of the traditionalists. And he doesn't like Corsicans. Yeah, just keep the straits blocked. Really don't want to partition this land to give it to those natives. But at least we kept them away from Corsica. That was the main priority. They stopped their advance because of our allies fighting over there. We got all of it now. Unfortunately, so this is how it's going to be settled. I mean, yes, it's aggressive expansion. This is the land that we wanted for the longest time. But we have claims of Sardinia, which we can get all of this, but unfortunately we're going to have to stall a little bit of time. But in the meantime, I think we should, how many of you are there? 28. Okay. 28 ships. Particularly Liburnians. Alright, count them. Actually, you can see the numbers here. 28 is the magic number. You got it. Well, try to avoid the pirates. Don't have a guy who's good with naval, so... So we'll just appoint it for now. He's pretty loyal, so we'll be good. Go pick them up. Actually, port's over here. Go pick them up and take them back to Massalia. Civil War is about to break out, and it'll make our job easier. We'll keep the straits blocked. And we'll bring the rest home to further reinforce the northern front to keep them away from Gergovia. We don't want to advance to there. But maybe we should tell them to release the subjects or liberate whatever places that Carnutia has to make them smaller, so they'll no longer be a significant threat to us. We have a lot more money now. Massalia is getting food again. But still, give it to Herophilus. He may be the most reckless man I've ever befriended. I mean, I don't know what's going on in that Sicilian Greek head of his. We Massalians don't do that. We Massalian Greeks are more practical. Alright, get on board. The island is secure. Head to Salina. We're going to be fighting in a completely different front now. There may be a lot of these bastards, but soon we may have salvation in 3 months. I'd like to know, does he have any friends? Like anyone who's from the army? No. High priest and aunt of the high priest. Yeah, he's gambling. Let him gamble. Okay, wait till August and check back. Alright, we have set sail. We're not quite there yet. There is a way, though. I hate to do this because it's going to cost me... Actually, no, you got a high enough political influence. What are you worried about? Holocaust stance. War score cost reduced. And reduced aggressive expansion impact. This should work. It lessens it, but... Nope, you gotta wait. Months of war. Oh, we can't leave Iberia yet. But at least these Teutatanian peoples, or what little of them is there left on some of the areas, will be very happy. Speaking of that, as they're on their way, are they an integrated people now? Yes, they're fully integrated. This is why, because they are a people that cannot be ignored because of such large a population, and they will outnumber us Massalians. Their rights are increased, while keeping the rest of them happy. Patronizing culture. Huh. And culture happiness is fine. And I know there's a couple of Teutatanian nobles there. I mean, it was a democratic republic. You think we should give them more rights by giving them nobles? As we said, worthy of respect. Seems doesn't have much of effect, but we'll think about it after the war, alright? At least we gained 213 each month, despite the loss of the city of Gauls, which was becoming more civilized than before. But it lessens the chance of barbarians, as if we have enough problems already. And soon these Gauls will face the might of the elephants. More enthusiasm being lowered. Tayo won't have to wait for, if this reaches 25, it'll be much easier to negotiate now, since they have failed to take any of their relevant objectives, while we're keeping them busy with holding the straits. Alright. Start retaking these areas. October, it'll be a revolution in Carnutia, as it's a democratic republic. Well, the army's about to go on a revolution up there, an October revolution. Despite the loss of our allies. And yes, civil war has broken out. There's the Carnutian revolt. Venetia still occupies it, but we have no quarrel with the rebellion. They got no cohorts! Well, they're gonna have to spend some money to get some more. The Democratic Republic and an aristocratic republic. An aristocratic revolution. Not an oligarchic one, or even a stratocratic or a dictatorship. So remember now. Well, Rome did expand, they did fight against them, but they pretty much stopped themselves. We do not have any claims on them, but if I were to get, revenge against them. And Cavatia has kicked Rome out of Ilaria, thus preventing their entrance to Greece. And yes, the Antigonids do have a claim on Rome, as they are still a major power, but once they get this civil war wrapped up, whoever wins, then they'll become a great power. And if they do attack Rome, fine, that's good. If we can somehow weaken them, how do we get friends? I mean, there is an area I like to advance into Rome, but I'll tell you much later in the series. Right, now return to the Straits. We defeated the pirates again. We'll be sure to bring the rest of them home. Watch yourselves. By the way, before the next thing comes up, supply minutes, good. That's what we need. Faster army movement speed. And lessen the impact of the aggressive expansion. And I'll be sure to get this in the future as well. Special invention. What's their tech versus ours? 11, 11, 11? 11, 11, 10, 10. Whew. We're getting there to get what we want. Have to unite the rest of the fleet to bring all of them home. Here it is, white peace imminent. This is what happens when you don't get it. Now we may begin the liberation. While we will get Gergovia back and defend it with our lives. I thought they went to war because I thought I saw those colors and I feared the worst. That's going to be a real threat one day. And we're weak enough to be declared war upon by them. And it would seriously endanger our position. As I said, I'm never fighting another major war for a long time. Continue your advance. Can't cross. It's taking these bastards so long. We may have to begin evacuating one army from the Iberian front. And I think I know which. The elite army, so. Well, actually, hang on. It's 23. Give us 23 Liburnians. I don't know how longer you're gonna last, but 23. Head this way. We'll begin withdrawing to the new front. These pirates continue to be so damn reckless. Sure. Governor. As long as I rule, I still have the power of persuasion. Ah, dear. Oh, hell. 9, 11. I don't know. Don't know what's the right approach to this, because there's a lot of these bastards. It's their allies. Let's say, likely to win. Because we got elephants, we got lots of heavy infantry and a good general. I was afraid that we had to come to this. We're still not getting anywhere near to what we want. Because we're not leaving this area until we have these provinces and Sardinia. Oh boy. How do I hold am I? 74? Still very healthy. Seems I live longer than I thought. Alright. Get the heck out of here. Head to the line. We're just beginning a withdrawal from the Iberian front. Had the same idea. They're going to Gogovia. We got him. We got more. Bottleneck beats shock action. It will return to friendly control. What do we gotta do to beat them? Or should we just take half of Sardinia instead? But you got until this many days. Oh no. This is gonna cost us those damn pirates. I think we may have to settle with cutting Sardinia in half. Because they just won their last major battle. Borealis is north, Australis is south. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to end it. So, God damn it! What else do you suggest? Head us to Massalia. They don't want to give up this. They're willing to give up Sardinia, but they don't want to give up this inland province which we want to control. I cannot accept that. Go on a bit morales. And the rest of this. Take it or leave it. Otherwise, we may have to, Where are the Carthaginian army? That's another question. Because I'm thinking about taking a risk, despite the fact the manpower should be reserved for the Advenian front. This is a stupid idea, but we're gonna go in and take them out. We need to win another major battle if we want to get favorable negotiations. We already withdrew our best armies this way. Those pirates are at it again. They're gonna kill off our fleet for this. Courage! That's what Ariston would be screaming at me. No! They tricked us. They tricked us. It's actually much faster to get in there. Oh, we just saved our hide for this. But I can't let them open the... I can't let them open the straits. Because that would be... unleashing the very worst. Or we should just give up Sardinia and just go for, just this for instead. Yeah. That we may have to settle. I mean, we wanted the inland, but we also have interest in Sardinia, but we can take Sardinia whenever we want to. It will be very easy to take. Since they got no navy. I think we have to settle with this then. Not to mention get those ships repaired and send everybody to the front, so we have no choice but to compromise. So, you're still going to be our ally for a time. Okay. Gee, I wonder if we can also... Oh, no, that costs way too much. Wait, you know how much that is? Way much. And liberating a big chunk of territory would be good. But cancelling some little subjects could have negotiated for that too. Had we won another major battle. So, okay. That's what we'll have then. They will be kicked out of Iberia. They still, even though they still have their subject. Get those ships repaired, and we'll be heading up north. No choice but to just take this one province. We'll declare war against Carthage again for Sardinia later. But still, I'm blaming Herophilus for getting us into the trouble. I mean, we still have plenty of manpower reserve, but we should not be fighting any more wars, but we're still vulnerable to attacks. So, fine. This area is liberated, even though the southern tip is mostly Punic. And a few Massalians, surprisingly. Your old capital is back in your hands. Get them repaired. Can't deal with any more pirates. Now we can put our full focus towards here. We're coming to reinforce you if we can. Starving pups they were, but food will be getting back. I mean, that's a lot of food here, so I guess we'll import some just to help them out. Don't got no vegetables, okay. From Phrygia. Maybe Phrygia will be our reliable trading partner for a time. You've got your vegetables, you've got your grain, you've got your salt. I'll sell livestock. It'll help you. I'll be sure to build more theaters. Because I think these two cities, either of them, might as well make it a second Massalia, as in Metropolis. In case, you know, when the Romans defeat us for Massalia, then we would have to go further west to get away from all of this. You're going to relieve us. Or you be sure to relieve the Corsican. There's a lot of them up there, so we may have to fight them sooner rather than later. It's ours. Now, how long would it take? Well, have to get to 25 if we want to get us out of White Peace. Unless you want to liberate areas to release them, which they'll won't accept that unless we get more of the war score, which may happen. Food capacity is good, so we recover 2 in 1. Fully reinforced by then. We'll just wait till the opportunity presents itself. As I said, Sardinia is still under Carthaginian control. We'll get them one day. We know how to beat them. Have straits blocked, and let the army wreak havoc, and then take what we want. Oh, please let there be a civil war over there. It'll make our lives easier. Get a weakened war host. Let's go straight after them and defeat them. They're not of the revolt, are they? No. No, wait. No, that's for the other ones. Current tier war enthusiasm is low. So let's take advantage of this. Continue up. gonna get away from us. Just defeat their one ally in a major battle, then we'll be in good terms. To get us white peace, get us out of this war, so we can go home and just recover. Alright, we can white peace it now. Right. If we can just liberate one area just to make them weaker. This is Carnutia, this is revolt. This is the biggest one. If you can only liberate one area, then that's it. And it'll be them. And as for the revolt, well, as long as they don't take the objective, we'll go for white peace. So, guard the border. We'll be going back. Somewhere with a lot of supplies. Like here. Population's grown considerably. Right, the forts. Take those down. Unless you want to keep them in, it's a city. Former capital city. My goodness! 5 fortresses. What were they thinking? Man, hearing all that stuff coming. I know it's a farming style, but get rid of it. Fortress to keep the straits blocked. Since they had so many fortresses, well, we'll build another one here due to the relevance of this formerly Greek settlement. I was thinking about building one here in case of Carthaginian aggression, but there could be a lot more trouble. So let's switch back to mercantile. So people can look at us more favorably. So I don't know if we should keep this army stationed here, but I do know that we should have another fleet stationed over there, at least 50 strong, and a few more triremes to deal with the pirate threat. Which we know where those pirates are. It's just the question is where. But if I were to suspect the place where pirates are, I recall it's out there somewhere. Oh, settlement buildings. Oh, not like that. Hang on. That's how much for a price for this one. Again, I'm still uncertain if they allow to recruit Iberian women into the ranks, even if we're not Iberian ourselves. That I'm unsure about. And despite all this, maintenance is very good at the balance now that we've acquired more territory and the cities. So I'm somewhat happy with it. Carthage on. Yeah, I understand that. Also, just for future reference, I go for this, but that's just to please him a bit more. If only Herophilos is a leading candidate. But I fear that you're going to be trouble next time. Character, culture, happiness. Are there Siciliotes here? Hold on. Yeah, there's one. I forgot they live here. If we want to make the general happy, then we gotta give him something. But that would lower stability, which we wouldn't want to do that. So just consider this that we're at peace now. Once we get up to 10, we're good. And it's going to take a very long time to have our manpower recovered. Now, the last thing we would want to happen is more barbarians. At least we're making money again. Again. She's not doing well in formation. Oh, no. She'll die before we even get her out of here. And won't have the money to, you know, get her out, then treat her now. It's just unfortunate, really. Anyways. Okay, stall for time. Now, what do we do? I mean, if I were to have megapolaremes, then we would have this ability to break down fortresses or take, you know, the ports. You may recall from that past series. And military colonies, I'm not sure, but if we want to get to this, and more fort defense, which would be ideal, knowing who we're up against these days. Or maintenance costs, subsequently more offense. Just to try to match the famous Roman legions. So I'm just gonna go for military colonies to get us closer to down there. Yeah, military colonies, this is what it's for. Population less or equal to 5. You have to pay 3,000 manpower. And one of them would just be Massalia Freeman there in the province of here, for example. Well, would lose loyalty. I see. Yeah, your corruption isn't helping. But I feel worse. Well, now I have dementia. Well, meanwhile, we got a guy who's even older who probably won't even rule for long. Again, the man's unpersuadable. He's skeptical. Then that man's already. Okay. It's white peace. It's over. It's just a revolt. Now Massalia's finally at peace. Thank the gods. And it's going to take a long time for the manpower to recover. All the way where we can be ready for the next major war. And where that would be, who knows. Let's just focus on a continued Hellenization of some of the areas. Like ideally, let's have some more theaters. For faster cultural assimilation. Ideally, it would have been Rhodes. But there's far too many of those Iberians there. Agatha's Massalian. Why not them? Oh yes, not enough theaters. I mean, 3 is the ideal number. All these people that we made a move over here. Just need at least 2 ports to turn to Hellenic culture, particularly Massalian. And then we can complete the mission of a trading block. And then we will be very close to completing the Phocian League. And you know where Velia is, by the way, ladies and gentlemen? Velia. It's over there, in Magna Graecia, Rome. So we're very concerned about it, but at least as of late they kind of alienated our allies. If only they were more disloyal. If the Rome fights against the Carthaginians for this area, fine by me. Because that would be the time for us to come in and take Velia. And if you need to take Velia, you need to take Lucania. Which, ideally, I do not want Lucania. We just want this port, turn our name to Hellenic, Phocian League, and then, we're good. Traditionalists really supported us as of late, only because they control most of the seats and they're very prominent, man. Which, quite honestly, to me, I don't want him to rule because he wouldn't contribute very much. He'll be sick very soon. For a man of a lot of holdings. And I know that my time will be coming up. Never had rivals. Barely any. Oh, I never noticed you. Oh, I saw him at Doros. Which, he's already got 2, children. 2 more sons. Antigonos and Carinos. It's good to see the future of the Xenophid family continue. And I hope there would be a Xenophid running the Democrat Party. So I'm not sure about going home with this army. knowing that we will be fighting them. They're building fortress, so are we. Two could play that game. For future reference, that's it. Lucania. Correct. May never know when there will be a war of fighting against the Romans. And the real question is how do we outfox them? Because all we wanted is just Velia, and Velia only. Like we can win one quick war, win one major battle somehow, by bringing all of our armies in, and then we just take one territory, not a province, just a territory. And then we change our name in Phocian League, and then abandon Velia. It's like, you can keep your half of the world, I'll keep mine. But at least Memnon has lived long enough to achieve this dream, to go west, all the way there. I may never know we'll have further ambitions. Oh yes, we had access about our ambitions to go further west to there, to Olisipo, which will make it a city one day. They are expanding. Salticia is beaten. And we did integrate the Terratanian people because, as I said, they're people worthy of respect. Maybe one day we'll have an honor guard. Whenever our Corsican man passes away. Popular on Parasixum. Coalition of Democrats led by Nomeneus is at their wits' end and now demand that their direction of Massalia politics be rectified with a hard turn towards the interest of the commoners. Some concession would show that people that govern Massalia has not forgotten them and go some way patching the trust of the Democrats. Nephew? Spartacus nephew? Perhaps we have been neglectful. Speaking of neglectful, I'm going to neglect something right now. As I said, I don't want that old man running the country before I go. So, I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to assassinate that old bastard. This may have a chance, so this is our only shot. And I know it ups the aggressive expansion and the tyranny for it. I know you're all not gonna like it, but just bear with me. Tyranny goes down faster than you think. They've really wasted their manpower and everything. But hey, Mauritania is saved. Do we still get our elephants from them? Just pray to the gods that the Romans do not attack us next, knowing what we're up to. And subsequently Hellenize 2 more ports. It's going to take a long time to recover, so that's 1,000 plus each 5 months. So that's good. We'll get on board. We'll meet up at the Massalia. And assign the smaller fleet to this port. In case Carthage attacks, then we'll block the straits. And build more ships. He was a prisoner. Plotting quietly. I were to predict what's Rome's next move, it's likely going to be Carthage. Because of their weakened manpower in a similar situation as us. They get way more than we do, because they hold more cities. And we may have a civil war in our hands. The head of the Syracuse family. He cannot be persuaded. But it's barely on that threshold, so maybe when the civil war goes down, go. But our war exhaustion won't go away. Patiently spending most of his time watching how Memnon effortlessly interacts with the political scene in Massalia has paid off. Recently, Elias, the guy with no last name, no known family, managed to convince a member of Bolite to change his stance on an important issue. Well, it seemed like a small victory, but it was enough to get him noticed. Wonderful. Still prominent. Or so they say. Or was that for the other guy? I didn't notice. I'm gonna kill that man before my life ends. New stations. Tribal migration. From Bardlian territory to Tordola Inferalis. Should move that there, because it's farmland. One day we'll build a city here in this farmland. It's good fertility of the land. Should be here. And as it should be, despite the fact that this city was built on a swamp by the Greeks long ago. If not, then those people that lived there for long before us. You may want to check their holdings. How much do they... Wow! No wonder. I'd revoke all of that. Just to prevent you from having that civil war ever again. And when I'm gonna be gone, you can look up to your gods and give thanks. I don't know where you got these holdings, but it's from all the lands we've conquered, we assume, and thus it's distributed to many heads of the family. Me included. At least it'll have a lot of residual Democrat support when the next ruler comes along. Now you have to worry about the governor. Which I shall be persuading him. But it ain't enough. He's a scorned family who's plotting quietly. Don't worry about it. In due time. Wonder how they got all the way up there. Let the cultural assimilation begin. Well, we can't change policy. They won't like that. But I'll let the aggressive expansion go down naturally instead of with a different stance. Oh, how dare you. Definitely this. Yeah, far too many slaves living there. That's the reason. Look at all that support. Oh boy. If I don't get to assassinate him before I die, then oh well. That man has the gout. He ain't gonna contribute much. And we just hope a Democrat will run the country. Because the amount of effort that we gave to them. I mean, he's at a good age. Despite the fact he has an infection. Which I hope it doesn't worsen. But you need to have a prominent member. Because you do not. Anybody got hemp? Gia does. With all that political influence, you should invest in another trade round. No civil war threat. Man's dangerous. But hope the gout will end him. Bastard. I think our next future war should be against Rome, but it's very, very dangerous. And how are we gonna outfox him by taking Lucania? How to win a quick war by taking this city and this city only in order to form the Phocian League after we Hellenize 2 more ports, of course. That's another port Hellenized. We just need this one, as there's 19 even, for Luvian and Massalia. Hey, I got one. Hellenic, Massalia, Druidic, looking for a Luvian who lives in that city. Hellenic Luvian. There we go. Now it's Massalia. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, we need one more. How many of them over there? Yeah. Well, better question is, oh no. And how many Massalians? Ooh, that's a lot. Etiquette. At least we have spare money. Be careful with that. Three more. It's Massalian. Is this it? Watch out for these guys next time. This is another port of Hellenistic culture. Okay, this next. Bulk. Here it is. Yeah, that's it. Majority Massalia. Mission complete. Trading block. We must continue to expand, bringing more and more cities under influence, if we are to compete with the vast Punic trading empire and its rivals. So Memnon will get more popularity again as his life slowly withers away. But we get western trade, thus increasing our commerce and reduce naval maintenance costs for a period of time. Belgrade tumbles into our laps, and a Hellenic trading post flourish under our initiatives, turning the West from a dreary, uncivilized frontier into a thriving Hellenic bulwark. There's still much to do and much more money to be made, but it is clear we are right to take this pebble east. It is ours for the taking. So, all we need is Valiant. We need all the manpower and all the troops we can get. And then we'll become the Phocian League. It's slowly but surely becoming a reality. It's a reality that no one would have believed. Integrated culture happens. So all we need is to take care of those two damn families. Because the threshold is way over it. Because of the tyranny. Reckless, scorn, family outrage, family outrage. I wrote revoke the holdings, but I think... At this rate, I think the Gauls will get him. Speaking of getting somebody... This better work. Also, let's really embrace the commerce. We're not going to war anytime soon. If we do manage to kill him, the best lessons. Recently managed to disappoint his mentor, Memnon. While the events was minor, Memnon has harshly berated him in hopes that can be learned since then. Lindsay can teach just as well. Although he's less prominent for that. Thus keeping my popularity. Like to remain popular at the very end. I may not gain a nickname like father, but I'm a great expansionist in addition to being a great politician. I'm just nodding my head, seeing what I'm going to buy next for the tech. You know what justice wants? Smear his reputation. Hopefully, this would be easy to assassinate him if anybody doesn't like him. But this may come back to bite me. Or come back to bite the country. Got any more stab horses? One day, should we ever get bigger and expand and build more cities, and the manpower increase, we should get an army with light cavalry and horse archers only. Yikes. Here we go, assassination time. I don't think it'll work, but hey, at least it's an attempt. Assassination successful. We've just been informed that Sosistratus Spartacus was found brutally murdered in his home just last night. The investigators have reported the length of chain was used in a crime, a device known to be favored by Memnon. However, we have no hard evidence to link them to the crime. Regardless, we should be watchful. Nothing to see here. Likely my ass. Sorry about your wife. What you'll do. The governor? My son? Seeking treatment. Oh, please do. The Xanopid dynasty continues, but unfortunately it's going to be run by the traditionalists. But still, hey, at least someone else. And no Xanophids who are prominent Democrats. Just only the oligarchs. Machanidas will lead the country. Unfortunately, he has no marshal. If only if it was someone better, but he's the party leader now. And plus, he controls more seats. But do not worry, son. The Senate is behind you. Gotta have more loyal characters. But hey, at least it's a man in his 50s. He'll be gone soon. No, don't do it. We don't have the kind of money. Just nodding my head in approval. How to outfox the Romans is another question when we get over there. But how do we get them while the others are not looking? Perhaps when Rome is at war with either Carthage or Phrygia, Antigone Kingdom, which they still have not finished their civil war. Oh look, our northern neighbor who used to be our ally. Doesn't look like they're getting territory for themselves. I ain't scared. He's gonna die of the gout. Huh. And so will I. Generations shall pass. There exists in Massalia a general feeling of dissatisfaction with financial practices of this Toretin man. Malicious rumors circulate, painting a wild picture of hordes of gold with jealous. They squirreled away the national treasure. Are you sure you're the right man for the job? Oh, I can't do that. Don't damage my reputation any further. We integrated you people. We're more than halfway done with this playthrough. This is going to be a bit of a shorter series than Tarentum. More immigrants. So aggressive markets, I don't know about that. Oh, you're an ambitious man too. Well, you will get to run the country soon. And you may be a traditionalist, but you are narrow-minded, you're prominent like me. You're a poet, but you're modest. And he's ambitious. He'll never lead an army. But I'll make sure that you stay with me, son. Because you will be leading a country to greater glory. Autonomy. Huh. No, do keep a granary there. The city's built on a swamp, you know. Cannot believe I actually assassinated a man. If so, war does break out, we may have to... Well, we do have all the armies here. They're all present. By the way, you're not taking away the food, are you? No, it's good. Good. Don't worry about that. We got our objective. He's gonna die before the year is out. Let's just speed it up so the event can happen. We'll end the episode on that note. Alright, we'll end it here. Maconius Xenophid is the son of Memnon, is now the new Archon. Memnon died of a heart attack at the age of 79. Memnon made this Massalia country greater than before, achieved more than his father. And now the son of Memnon will lead to Massalia into the next generation. And we hope you'll see us in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.